500 crore rupee wedding in Bengaluru raised the hackles of many across the country. Now it turns out it may have driven one man to suicide. Ramesh Gowda, the driver of Karnataka bureaucrat Bheema Nayak, consumed poison. His suicide note says he knew about mining baron Janardhana Reddy converting 100 crores of black money into white. He allegedly was being threatened by BJP MP Sriramulu. Bheema Nayak has been booked for abetment to suicide, but Reddy and Sriramulu have not been touched. Why? On Insight tonight, we find out why the BJP treats its former MP and money bags with kid gloves and why Karnataka's Congress government passes the buck and refuses to act.
A 500 crore wedding, 500 VIP guests, 3,000 hired guards. A 5-day-long extravaganza had raised eyebrows even earlier. The lavish ceremony is back under the lens. This time, with a man in Bellary killing himself, leaving behind an explosive suicide note.
With Janardhana Reddy's name cropping up in the suicide note, the state government sees this as a major opportunity. But as of now, as the Home Minister says, the preliminary investigations are on this case, and as soon as more details emerge, he will be able to make a comment on this issue and also take a decision whether a more competent investigating agency has to take up this case.
The deceased in his suicide letter has made 3 stunning charges. First, that he saw Janardhana Reddy laundering money. Second, that he converted close to 100 crore rupees into white. And third, that he was harassed as he knew the truth.
Let the authorities inform us, then we will definitely react to that and see what best we can do or take action, whatever is necessary. BJP, they have to make comments. They are in the opposition, they have to make comments.
The truth is coming out that they are not only not waging war against black money, but in fact they are embracing black money, dealing in black money, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Already 100 persons are their deaths is reaching to hundreds because of the demonetization and the rush in the ATM and the banks, and hours together people are waiting. But this is a deliberate attempt, I think. It's not suicide, it's a killing.
The BJP now finds itself on the back foot.
I don't know anything. Let them inquire details about all these things. Just I am hearing from you only because I have not heard anything. Just I will check up what exactly the things.
It should be investigated, but there are various types of report. One is that some media is telling that he is the driver of Janardhana Reddy, and somebody is telling that he is the driver of some officer. Whatever it is, truth has to be unearthed.
The state government, which happens to be in Karnataka of Congress, must look into it, must have a proper investigation, and whoever is guilty should be punished as per the law.
So while you queue up out of integrity, Netas line up at 500 crore bash that is now under the scanner. Therefore we ask, who'll nail a mining baron now? Bureau Report, NewsX.
Joining us this evening on Insight, Bejon Mishra, consumer rights activist, and Brijesh Kallappa, spokesperson of the Congress Party, with me in the studio here. We also have Rajiv Desai, chairman and CEO of Comma Consulting, and Shayna NC, spokesperson of the BJP. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to the show. Bejon Mishra, I want to start with you. A 500 crore rupee wedding that mocks the lakhs of people who are standing outside banks and ATMs. And now it turns out that it may have been used to launder 100 crore rupees of black money, and it may have driven one man to suicide. Yet, 2 people named in the suicide note have not been touched by the government at the state or at the center. What does that tell you, sir?
No, that tells that there's a lot of scope for political parties, and as your viewers have been always listening to me, I have been always saying that there has to be a code of conduct by all political parties on such matters. There has to be a proactiveness. It is not that we are looking into it, we look at it, let the inquiry get over. No. If a name has come, if some suspicion has come, the party has to disassociate themselves. They have to punish those persons by making sure that they don't align themselves with such persons. That's number one. Number two, party can't just say that we are looking into it and we will see what the guilty must be punished. They should also come out proactively to see the logical end comes in. people believe and start having a faith in the system. The credibility is missing today in political parties. People, every citizen feels that the political parties are the culprits which are actually encouraging black money, which are encouraging corruption, which is encouraging, poor governance. That has to be sort of rubbed out, you see, from the minds of the people. That has to get away.
Just a second, China. Just a
so
second.
we want to ensure that all political parties, I'm not talking about BJP, Congress and things like that. I'm saying all political parties has to come very clear in terms of code of conduct of their, members, people who are associated with them. If anything like this happens, and such kind of an extravagance, it's a pity. I tell you, it's a pity.
Sure. Shaina
It's a pity.
NC, a Karnataka Administrative Services officer, Bheema Nayak, is expendable, so that he's been booked for abetment, and rightly so, I would say. But why has similar action not been taken against a BJP MP who's also been named, a former BJP MP and mining baron who's also been named?
At the outset, please let me say, when you talked about this wedding, it was nothing but a vulgar display of wealth, ostentatious to the core.
Attended by a lot of leaders from across parties.
The Prime Minister has taken a courageous decision. Forget that. Who attends what in this country is a personal space which I don't even want to go in. My comment is on the larger issue. What our Prime Minister has done, no leader has done in 70 years since independence. It is a historic decision, a very courageous decision. 90% of this country stand in solidarity in this fight of honesty.
I don't know where you get these
10%
figures, but
who are dishonest,
Why not 100%?
the system, or who have proven to
Why
be
don't you say 100%?
lacunas
Why do you only
in
say
this
90%?
Systematic.
They just
May I
use any
complete
figures
my
they
point?
want and make it sound.
Yes,
Will
please.
you give me a
valid.
chance?
So
to
answer my
please
question,
speak?
madam. Answer my question. Sure,
She
sure,
just
please.
uses anything she wants.
Answer my question. Why has no action?
Who
So much.
is here to shield Mr. Reddy or any politician? The Prime Minister has said on record, whether it's a politician, a bureaucrat, an officer in government, or anybody from any party who has manipulated the system, they will be brought to task. Prima facie, this does seem a case of collusion of a government official with a person in a position of power. However, I am not one to give judgment here. The investigation will probe and come up with conclusive evidence. I only want to say, when this is a fight of honesty versus dishonest, the dishonest who have manipulated repeatedly will be brought to task. This is the man who has had the political will and the courage of conviction to take on the rich, the powerful, and all. I
Great
think
words, but I'm afraid some of them ring hollow.
Without an investigation,
Sure.
that would also be undemocratic. No,
Sure.
it's great words. This is exactly what's going to happen. Nobody is here to shield Mr. Reddy or anybody for that matter, irrespective of which party they belong to. So if there is conclusive evidence based on sheer fact, I think that there will be a...
Can we speak, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't think it's worth speaking to people who have an opinion which is so despicable.
We'll try to keep it civil, but we'll have everyone's point of view here. Rajiv Desai, you want to make a point?
Yes, well, I'll tell you what, no matter what Shaina says, the fact of the matter is that the party, the government, and the Prime Minister have made such a mess of demonetization with the narrative changing by the hour, that this little thing that happened in Karnataka, about 100 crores being laundered and stuff like that, it plays right into the narrative of confusion. And I really think that we really need to focus on some realities. How does a driver launder 100 crores? Is his suicide note verified? What's going on? And as far as the BJP is concerned, today they were completely exposed in Parliament because they refused to go for a vote. And they said, but the Prime Minister has already been voted Man of the Person of the Year by Time Magazine, and it turns out it was Donald Trump. Yeah. So they've got egg on their face. They've been actually misleading and changing the narrative by the minute. And I think they're answerable. And it's also despicable that it's only BJP leaders and workers who have been involved in all the revelations about black money and the usage of black money, where it's been revealed in Calcutta or wherever else. So, you know, fine, we can have a debate, but please, holier than thou doesn't work. You're right down there washing everything right at the bottom of the road. So let's not do a holier than thou narrative. Fact of the matter is, demonetization is a complete confusion created by the Prime Minister.
Mr. Reddy or
it has been noted all over the world by every major economist, by every major magazine, every major television show, every senior, anybody who has any credibility, they've questioned it, and they are caught in such a mess that who's going to worry about this 100 crore black money laundered? This guy is apparently
taken a life, unfortunately.
He's had this unbelievable wedding, but I still don't understand how you can launder 100 crores. You know, people are unable to get 10,000 rupees or deposit 40,000 in lines and in banks. How do you deposit 100 crores somewhere? I just don't understand. And if they are trying to deposit it, why aren't the banks asking the question, oh, where did you get this money? And why aren't they releasing it? And how did this story come out? I think this is all a whole attempt to muddy the narrative, which is very clear, which is that demonetization is a total failure for which the economy will pay for years to come.
Sure.
And
the question, of course, what gives him the confidence?
Blown off.
What gives a man like Gali Janardhana Reddy the confidence
it's really sad that something like this has happened.
Absolutely.
And they can repeat whatever they want. 90% approved it. All the people who are standing in line, they think it's great. By merely making flat assertions, it doesn't mean it's the truth. The fact of the matter is, farmers, small-time workers, businesses, every single segment of life has been affected. Hospitals, everything has been affected.
We'll keep the debate on demonetization for another time. Right now we're talking about what happened in Bengaluru, sir. I'm going to request you
and what are they muddying
to hold
this
your
whole thing
thoughts,
about?
I want to bring this question for
we made a mistake, let's start over again.
Kalappa.
Instead, they keep on going on
Mr.
and on,
Desai, I'm going to request you.
and deeper into the muck. It's really sad.
Sure.
It's really not becoming.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I want to ask you this, Brajesh Kalappa, and I want to quote you, just in case you've forgotten what you said, when the news of this wedding came out, and I'm going to quote here, Janardhana Reddy isn't worried about coming under the radar of the authorities for the wedding. It's the job of the IT department, which is under the central government. But this is a suicide case. There is a suicide note. The police is under the Karnataka government. Why has no action been taken against him?
So let's, because I heard Shaina NC speaking, and she spoke so eloquently about how well the Prime Minister is doing. Prime Minister announced his scheme on the 8th, right? From there on, you've seen that there was this wedding, a fantabulous wedding. Where did the money for this wedding come from? Do you know that Mr. Gali Janardhana Reddy was a BJP minister? He was in jail during the BJP term, thanks to the fact that the CBI put him in jail. One moment. So I'm saying that he earned his money thanks to the fact that the BJP encouraged him to earn his money, right? So after having earned this money, he had a huge stockpile of money. He paid a judge, and after having failed in paying the judge properly, he got yet another term, and finally once Mr. Modi assumed office, he is now out on bail. Now, under these circumstances, he conducts his extraordinary wedding.
Which was also attended by the Chief Minister who was a Congress leader.
The Chief Minister did not attend. I'm sorry.
He took a private jet to meet
the Chief Minister did not attend. The constitutional head of government, which is the governor of Karnataka, attended the wedding. And I'm sure you agree that he doesn't belong to the...
There's a list of Karnataka cabinet ministers who attended.
One moment. We are not on who attended and who did not. I'm not going to say that, a person who has a personal relationship should not attend. I'm not on that. I'm on something else. Now, the point is that this huge wedding takes place. And where does it take place? It takes place right under the nose of the income tax department. Did they do anything to stop this? The Prime Minister allows
for 2.5 lakhs to be drawn for a wedding. Was this wedding conducted within 2.5 lakhs?
What is the police doing today?
No,
Tell
no.
me that.
For
No,
leave,
what is
leave
the
aside
police-
what the
A
police
man
is
has
doing.
been found
Leave
dead.
aside what the
He
police
leaves
is
a-
doing
why should
today.
I leave it aside?
We will
He's-
take
he's
action
left
on
a
it.
suicide note.
We will take action on
the
it.
Congress
But the point
party
is
always
that
absolves
today,
itself
after
of
the wedding,
all
100
legitimate
crore,
questions.
100 crore
What is the state government
whitewashing
doing, Mr.
laundering
Kalappa
scheme
must
has come
answer.
to light. And the Honorable Prime Minister
police
said,
under
sitting
the
quiet.
center or is
Did he
it
try to
under
stop
the
this
state
wedding?
government?
Did he not know?
What is
Did
being
he
done
not
today?
know that
Kalappa,
so much of
officer
money
who
was
was in
being
collusion.
was
All these
exchanging
numbers
hands?
that all these
Was the
people
Prime
are
Minister
fooling
unaware of
around.
this? Was the Income Tax Department unaware of this? And they expect the
not
Police
know, it's not
Department
an
to
excuse.
act on an issue which primarily the Income Tax Department should take care of? I'm surprised with this kind of argument.
I'm surprised that you're not answering the question that
No,
I
of
asked
course we
before
will
that.
take action. We will take action.
When?
We
You-
will take
you sound
it.
like,
See,
you
one
sound
more-
just
one
like the
more.
BJP, unfortunately.
One moment. See, today
this
there has been a
2.5
suicide.
lakhs.
There has been a suicide, right?
yes.
Don't you think investigation should
This
take place?
2.5
You're not a
lakhs
banana
that
republic.
you're
So
the,
quick,
the moment
so
allegations
quick,
come,
so
the moment
quick to
allegations
book
come.
No bank has
a
any money.
case officer, sir,
Even the
so
main
quick
branch
to
of
book a
Citibank
case
in
officer.
Delhi has no
Why no
money.
action against Sriramulu or K. Janardhana
No,
Reddy?
but
They were named in the suicide note.
There is a clear mention of this person having laundered money. Now it has to be
Okay.
established
There's also-
that money
yes.
belongs to X person.
Okay.
Why will we not take action?
China NC.
I just have to ask Mr. Kalappa 2-3 questions. Who does the Karnataka police?
We seem to have lost that link, but I can assume what the question is. The Karnataka police reports to the Karnataka government, which is Congress rule, and I'm going to ask you that question again. Two other people were named in the suicide note, sir, K. Janardhana Reddy and BJP MP Sriramulu, for threatening the driver who's committed suicide.
Can I tell you today
Yes.
on your show, before you complete your question,
Yes.
that nobody will be spared, right? Neither will Mr. Gali Janardhan Reddy be spared, nor will Mr. Sriramulu be spared. It doesn't mean that we are going to arrest them today. I'm not making a commitment that they're going to be arrested today or tomorrow, but they will not be spared. This much I can assure you.
But
this much I can assure you with the greatest of responsibility, because I'm legal advisor to government.
Yes.
And I can assure you that we will take action against both of these persons who are mentioned in the suicide note.
Brajesh, you will agree with me that it is not a state versus center. It's a joint responsibility. You see, our constitution says
But
that,
the center has abdicated its responsibility.
Brajesh,
The center has abdicated its responsibility.
No, but Brajesh,
did it act to prevent the wedding? Right under the nose of the central government, right under the nose of the income tax department, this huge wedding takes place. Did the central government do anything?
I appreciate, but the state has certain responsibility.
What responsibility in
try
conducting
to
a
understand.
wedding?
You see, what I want to tell you is, Brajesh, if you don't act swiftly, victims will
why are you
throw away all
turning this into a partisan matter?
evidences.
But
you see that the evidences will get tampered. The people will not get caught.
Nothing is going to get tampered. Nothing is going to get tampered.
Please try to understand.
No,
you must understand.
I'm sorry. Let's not have this. Hyperventilating. No evidence is going to get destroyed.
No, you never. How do you know that? How do you know that?
How exactly? How do you know that? How can you give them time?
But
you
what
can't
kind of an allegation is this?
You have to ensure that you work swiftly.
Is there any?
You see, the moment there is any
allegation by anybody that there is likely to be the tampering of evidence?
So why
is there allegation by anybody?
You want to wait for people to make allegations?
No, one moment. The investigation is just begun.
Yes.
The letter is out in the public. Who has brought this out to the public?
For a commoner in our country, he would have been put behind bars,
Palak,
unbailable.
can I come in?
Sure. Let's get in China and see.
I just want to ask Mr. Kalappa 2-3 fundamental questions. Mr. Reddy is guilty. The MP is guilty. But what about your own government officials? Why haven't you all even taken a stand on that? Why has the Karnataka police just put their hands up? Isn't this an absolute failure of law and order situation?
He's been arrested,
and when
madam.
we
I don't know
talk
if you
about
know.
what
Please
is the
follow the
income
news.
tax doing,
He's been arrested.
we are the first
May I just
people
remind
who
you,
have
Shaina?
said, we are the
May I remind you,
first
Shaina,
people
what the
who
Prime
have
Minister
said
said in a
that
rally in
in
UP
this
the other day,
case, this was
and
not
he
just
said
a vulgar
that if
display
somebody
of
has come
wealth,
and given
the
you money in
income
your
tax
Janardhana
must
account,
probe as
right?
to how
You keep
this
the money,
expenditure took
and for
place in the
protection you
first
can depend
place.
on me.
And
Now, where was this driver? Was the Prime Minister not there to protect this driver? You're speaking about protecting all those Janardhana holders, and here is a driver who has to commit suicide, and the Prime Minister doesn't offer him protection. What kind of a Prime Minister is this person who says that I'm going to protect everybody and doesn't protect this driver?
I'm not getting into any blame game. If at all, the Prime Minister has said clearly that he will
then why
always
did this person commit suicide? Why did the Prime Minister not intervene in this matter? If the Prime Minister had intervened in his own party issue, would this driver have committed suicide?
Sir, you will be eating humble pie.
Please answer my question. Why did this driver commit suicide? Why did the Prime Minister not protect his life? While the Prime Minister is going to protect every Janardhana holder's life? Please answer this question to me.
The way you're questioning as if the Prime Minister knew. Please don't just jump the gun. You can't assume, presume that the Prime Minister is going to know what is going to happen in the
person who is a convicted criminal, and the Prime Minister
corner
does not
of this
know
country.
this.
It is
The Prime Minister does not know under whose term he has earned his money.
China NC, one of the people named in the suicide note is a BJP MP, madam. One of the people named in the suicide note is a BJP MP accused of threatening a driver.
I'm aware of that, Palak.
Yes,
but who is shielding whom?
So why has the party not taken any action for a party that says it's conducting surgical strikes against black money?
When you asked us about this Reddy wedding, I said it is a vulgar display of wealth, highly ostentatious, and the income tax is probing. That was my opening comment. Which
but
went
that's not
to the
good
next
enough.
comment. Whether there's
That's
a case of money laundering, whether it's somebody who is rich and powerful, or it is somebody from A political party or B political party, the guilty will be brought to task. What do you want me to say? That we're going to hang him on a public square?
No,
please
but some action has to be taken.
This is the man who is leading the country with an integrity
Actually, don't say anything.
Stands besides him with a solidarity that every citizen has given. And yes, action will be taken, but prima facie, you have to have an investigation. If there is no investigation which is out in the public domain, and don't you think you should be asking the Karnataka state government some fundamental questions?
We did. Rajiv Desai.
May I please speak?
Sure.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, China keeps making assertions about the support that the Prime Minister has. She has no facts to verify that. None. His own app and all that, that's not a good enough survey. All I can go is by content analysis of everything I've read or in the papers or seen on TV.
So we don't need a certificate.
There's been a whole lot of criticism. There's been a whole lot of reporting about the confusion.
It's a mandate of public. Probably you haven't seen the poll results.
So nobody really knows what's going on.
Where there is a mandate on what the people of this country
feel. Assertions that this is the truth and this is the... I mean, nobody's buying that anymore. Nobody, and this integrity business and all, fine, you can keep it to yourself. But actually, the integrity is at stake because of what's happened.
So maybe you should go through all the results of every municipal council by-election in every part of this country.
The integrity of the damn nation
maybe that will be a mandate you will buy.
Because of this chaos that has been created. And this is part of that chaos. This is all part of this. You're supposed to stop black money.
So maybe you should go back in time and see what the election results were and what that mandate was from the people of India. Not from news studios.
Your flat assertions will not be accepted anymore. Flat assertions of support, the common man is supporting him, the integrity of this and that is all under question, Ms. Shaina.
I think
please go back in time and see the municipal council results in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, in Madhya Pradesh, in West Bengal, in every part of the country. I don't think that public opinion is forming.
Let's be reasonable. I'm out of time.
You should really sit back. Ask yourself, what is going on?
What is going on is this. What is going on is this. The common man sees these reports.
And all that's happening
stands outside,
go back and see the verdict given by the people of this country.
There's no common
election
man.
results have come all across. It is a mandate of solidarity.
Who
has voted? Are they ghosts?
You see,
I cannot outshout
Look at the results in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, in West Bengal, in Madhya Pradesh, in every part of this country.
They are all your BJP trolls.
Is that
All
not
the
a
BJP
referendum
trolls
that the
who
people of
voted
this
for him
country
for
are
Person of
thinking?
the Year,
And these,
the same trolls
what are
voted
you
on his app.
talking? Look at the
The
results.
same
I
trolls,
know where
the
this is
same
going, so I'm
hired
going to
I
guns.
am not talking about an app,
China NC,
sir. I'm
Rajiv
talking
Desai,
about
Brijesh Kalappa
elections.
and Bijon Mishra. Thank you very much for joining us here on Insight. The question, of course, remains unanswered. Why is neither the BJP nor the Congress acting against the people who've been named in the suicide note? One driver was driven to suicide in Karnataka. Thanks very much for watching.